Hello, this is Tan from Artemis Oracle doing your week ahead reading for April 7th through April 13th. Let's see what messages we get for the signs, all signs, zodiac signs. We're going to start off with Aries and finish off with Pisces. So we're going to use this Oracle deck just to get a general overview and then use Tarot to clarify. So we're going to get started with Aries right now. What does Aries need to know, Spirit? What messages does Aries need to know for the week ahead? April 7th through the 13th. What messages do they need to know? Aries need to know for the week ahead. Okay, got two cards. Destiny, Hurricane, and Bell. Responsibility, road, shackles, upheaval, destruction, sudden disaster, call, warn, wake up, signal. I think this is telling me that you're going to go through some tower moment that is just going to bring a lot of clarity to you, and it's going to help redirect you towards your destiny, towards what you're supposed to be working on. This upheaval, it can come in the form of a communication. It could come in the form of some drastic change happening in your situation. It's something that is meant to happen, and it may disrupt the flow you're going with, but the flow, whatever it is, whatever you think may be working out for you, may not be where you're supposed to be heading. You're going to be redirected. Whatever's going to happen is going to be some sort of wake-up call. It's going to be a warning. It's going to tell you that whatever you're doing, you need to stop, or something is going to cause it to stop, to end, to disrupt. And it's going to redirect you towards what you're meant to do. It may even free you from something that isn't helping you, that isn't serving you. You know, it's going to lead you to a new road where that is going to direct you towards what your destiny is. Because we have road and shackles. This is going to cause it's just going to free you. From what I see, it's going to free you up from anything that you're not meant to be in, and it's going to redirect you towards where you're supposed to go. And this may resonate with you if you've already feel like you're stuck. It may unstuck you. It's going to, like I said, it's going to remove the shackles. It's going to remove the concrete blocks that are keeping you stuck in something that isn't working for you. Something is going to be said. Something is going to be done that is going to click to you. It's going to resonate with you. It's going to clear any confusion, any indecisiveness that you have. It's just going to allow you to realize where you're supposed to be and where you don't need to be. Where you belong and where you don't belong. Who's supposed to be with you and who needs to be dismissed from your life. In whatever way. It could be in a relationship. It could be a friendship. It could be a job. It could be anything. It could even be a bad habit. You could have a habit that is disrupting the flow of your life. And it's been causing a lot of turmoil. And eventually it's going to build up to being a hurricane where the damage is going to be unavoidable. And the damage could be as little as you losing something, or you could possibly lose someone, and lose someone in the sense that they're no longer going to be a part of your life, or it's going to take you from, it's going to change who you are as a person. You're going to lose the person that you're not supposed to be, and you're going to be directed to going towards what you're meant for, who you're meant to be. It's going to be a sudden realization. It's going to bring clarity. A bell is going to be ringing for you. You may even hear bells. It's going to be your signal. It may be a sign for you to look out for, you know. But let's see. Let's clarify destiny. Tell us about destiny, Spirit. Tell us about destiny, Spirit, for Aries. Okay, we have two cards. Yeah, there's going to be some type of conflict that's going to leave you in despair. And it's going to cause you to have some sort of emotional loss. It's going to be an emotional loss. It could be you may lose somebody, and I'm so sorry if you do, or you have lost someone. This could have already happened, and you're still in the midst of going towards this new path, or going towards your destiny. You probably are still in the mourning process. You're grieving. You may be thinking or maybe confused about what your next step is going to be. But this conflict is, see, we have 10. So there's some sort of completion. 5 goes to 10. There's going to be some sort of completion of a cycle. And it's going to, like, it's going to lead you to where you're supposed to go, because wherever you were before, it wasn't it. And if you look closely at this card, there's this figure going down the stairs, but there's everybody else is going up. They're running up the stairs, but this figure is going down. So it's like you're meant for a different path. You're meant for a different direction. It may hurt. It may hurt to go through this, but this is something that you need to. And whatever you learn from this, this is going to take you to where you're meant to go. It's a sacrifice. You may feel like you're sacrificing something, but sometimes you need to get rid of things, lose things, sacrifice things for your betterment. It may improve. There's like a sunshine here. So this is the Hangman. So with this sacrifice, this loss, it doesn't necessarily have to be something that you chose to sacrifice. It could be something that you're going to lose. It's going to be a loss of some sort, an emotional loss, but it's going to bring brighter days. It's going to allow you to see things clearly, see the possibilities with the flowers growing in the background. They remind me of hibiscus in some way. It's for some reason, but they may not be. That may be significant to you since I mentioned it. But there's a rainbow coming, so you're going to gain a better understanding, more clarity. You're going to understand that whatever happened here was meant to happen, you know. Let's find out about the hurricane. That card flew out. Tell us about this hurricane for Aries. Okay, where's this card go? Okay, disruption. Yes, I said this was going to be something that's going to cause a disruption to you. A disruption. You're not, look, this came on the reverse. So you're no longer going to be waiting. This is Two of Wands here. You're no longer going to be waiting. You're going to be, now, whatever happened here is going to cause a disruption. It's going to force you to move forward towards your path. Okay, what will be the bell for the Aries? What will be the bell for them? What will be the bell for Aries for the week of April 7th? What is the bell? What is the wake-up call? What is the wake-up call for Aries? You're going to be tempted in some way. It may be something that is a temptation to you. Something that, this is the Devil card. This is in 6. Reduce it down to 6. If you are able to overcome whatever this temptation is, it's going to bring you, you know you're going to be going through the right path. Because when you reduce 15 down to 6, that's lovers. And 6 is about harmony. It's about peace. It's about balance. You know, it's about being centered. If you're able to overcome this, you may be tempted. And then I think the way you react to this temptation, whatever it is to you, it could be a substance, it could be a person, it could be the types of situations that you may be gravitated or may have gravitated towards in the past. It's going to be a temptation for you. So if you're able to overcome this and you're going to be able to realize this, like, wow, I would have done this, but I decided to do something else. So that's going to be the wake-up call that that you need. And you're going to feel some sort of success because you were able to overcome whatever this temptation is. And I think that's what your signal is going to be. You're going to face some sort of temptation after, you know, some upheaval, something you've probably overcame in the past where you're no longer, like some disruption that may have occurred. And you're still like reeling from it. But it's allowing you to see that you are able to overcome, that you can find success with the little wins, you being able to overcome whatever that temptation may be, you being able to say no to it, you being able to not allow it to, you being able to cut it out with the sword, whatever that is, being able to stand in your truth, your understanding. I want more on this bell. Can you tell us more about the bell? Because this is the Ace of Swords. So it's like you're gaining clarity or understanding about a situation. It may have been a situation that wasn't working for you. And you realize that ending it, it could be anything. It could be anything. You don't know what this means to you, Aries. But you will know. And that's going to be your wake-up call. You're going to have that sudden realization that whatever temptation comes towards you, it's no longer appealing to you. It doesn't appeal to you anymore. You're not attracted to it. You feel nothing. You know, you see the truth of it. You see it for what it is. Okay. Anything else about the bell? Yeah, you got the Four of Cups here. It's like you're bored. Whatever this is, it's boring. It's boring to you. It doesn't appeal to you anymore. Isn't that what I said? I'm like, okay. Yeah, so this is what you're gonna look for. You probably went through some type of disruption in the past and you're still reeling from it, but you're gonna be tested in some way. And you're gonna realize that whatever temptation whatever the test or temptation that you're going to face this week, you're gonna be able to see it for what it is, and that it no longer appeals to you. It no longer appeals to you in any way. Okay, we're gonna go to Moonology, manifestation, just to get some advice for you. What do Aries need to know? What does Aries need to know? I swear, these cards, my cards never lie. Or at least they're proving that I don't. Okay. Anything else? Oh, okay. This card. Talk less, feel more. So this may be a time for you to go more introspective and to I guess be more this is giving me hermit vibes in some way. So I think during this time it's important for you to be more in tune with yourself, more in tune with your emotions. As I'm saying this, I believe Venus is still in retrograde in Pisces. I believe it leaves Pisces in the 14th, which I believe is this Sunday or Saturday. I'm not sure. So yeah, you talk less, feel more. Be more in tune with your emotions. Be more in tune with your intuition with the moon. And then also trust all will be well with the new moon in Virgo. You know, though you may be going through some challenging times, know that things are going to work out in the end and that you're going to be heading towards your destiny, whatever is meant for you, you know. And also you need to relax, you know, relax in this. Take time, meditate, contemplate, reflect, you know, go within, work through your feelings. You got a lot of cards. I'm giving them all to you, Aries. Yeah, work through your feelings. Understand that whatever you're feeling is real. Be real with yourself. Be real with your feelings. Don't deny whatever feelings that you're experiencing. And look at things from a different perspective. You know, especially if you're able to overcome any temptation test that may come to you that no longer appeals to you, you're going to be able to see things from a different perspective, like we have with Hanged Man. I think we saw the Hanged Man, I guess, in the bottom of the deck before. You're going to gain some alignment. And if you're facing any sort of tension, especially with this temptation, breathe through it. Breathe through it. Okay? So I hope this reading resonates with you in some way and it helps you for the week ahead, Aries. And I'm wishing you a wonderful week ahead. Take care. Bye. Hello, Taurus. This is Tam from Artemis Oracle doing your week ahead reading for April 7th through the 13th. Let's see what messages you need to know for the week of April 7th. I hope you're doing well, Taurus. Let's see what messages we have for Taurus. I want this here so you can see. This is for Taurus. I got my zodiac cards to help me keep in track. Okay, what does Taurus need to know for the week ahead, Spirit? What does Taurus need to know for the week ahead? What does Taurus need to know for the week ahead? Okay, we have painting. So some of you may be artists or creatives in some way, exams. Some of you may be wanting to go into an art school or timing. Okay, as I was going through this, some of you may be artists wanting to enter. You may be taking some type of entry exam or having to prepare a portfolio for an art school. I immediately thought of creative. You may be working on something creative and there may be some sort of timeline. I thought of when I said exam and then there's a deadline. So if you have to submit, you may be working on some project or an application or some entry exam for some reason. It says diagnostic certificates, election. So some of you may be in art school right now. You may be working on your final project for school. I'm sorry if it came out like automatically me thinking about creatives, because that's the first thing that came to my mind. So you may be having to, you know, I know like in New York, the semester ends in May. So it depends on where you're watching. I don't know when you have your final exams, midterm exams, maybe a midterm exam. So you may be working on a midterm project. Let's see. I don't know. Oh, I still with this deck for some reason. Okay, we're gonna work with this one then. Okay, so let's find out about this painting. It says telling the story, conveying emotion, decorating, shaping. So you may be working on something that could, and it doesn't necessarily have to be painting. You could be working on poetry, songwriting. You could possibly be a dancer who's creating choreography in some way. And with the exam, with diagnostics, certificates, election, registration, you may be wanting to register for a school, but you have to take the entry exam, or I don't know, I'm still with the school thing for some reason. Yeah, so painting, delivery, transportation, inheritance, escort. Okay, I think that you're working on something, and you're working on how you're going to be able to present it. So it's some sort of creative project. Something that you created, something that is coming from your heart. It's something that requires a lot of detail on your part, but you're wondering about how, like if it's spoken, or something that is tied to emotions, because here it says conveying emotion. So you're probably wondering about how can you best deliver your emotion. And now that I'm saying conveying emotion, you may be creating something that you are wanting to give to somebody, and that you want to, deliver. You want to give to somebody, but it's an expression of how you feel for them. It's an expression of your emotions towards this particular person. That may resonate with somebody. It says, give up the previous plan, release old patterns, embrace change, clear the way for renewal. So if this is something new, like you have a change of direction, and I wanted to say change of heart. You may be having a change of heart about something. Right here, it's like indicating that you may be traveling towards something, and it could be with school. You may be thinking about traveling to like some school that may be away. You may be traveling, but you may be reconsidering whether or not you want to travel. You probably had this plan that you took a lot of time and took a lot of time and detail, something that you really thought about, and now you're probably having a change of heart about it, or you're thinking about giving up on it in some way. Generous, give with an open heart, offer without expectation, unconditional love. Okay, see. All right, for some of you, this may be something that you're wanting to give to somebody. You may be thinking about not giving it to them. Maybe it was you were traveling to this person, or you're considering traveling, but then you decided not to. But then it's like there may be some, see, it says give with an open heart, offer without expectation, unconditional love. I think this is whatever you're wanting to give, it could be something that is coming from the heart, because whatever I feel like anything that you create is an extension of you. And I mean, it could be an extension of a good part of you or a negative part. But I'm feeling like it's love. It's something emotional. It could be even something that you really care about, you know? Maybe you're going towards something that you really care about. And it can be like a school thing. It could be a project thing. It could be something about, but you're like waiting for the right time, you know? See, exam, another word is testing. So I think you want to test the waters in some way. You want to see if whatever you want to give is going to be received. You know, you want to know if it's the right time. And please take this reading as it resonates, because everybody's situation is different. And I should have mentioned that disclaimer at the beginning of the video. So please take what resonates. Tell us more about exam. Determination. Terrific. Fantastic result, greatness, and great moments. So if this is something that you're considering doing, that it's like a test. Maybe it's a test for yourself. If you, whatever it is, it says it's gonna end up being, you're gonna get a good result from it this week. It's gonna be because of your determination. You're gonna go all out. You're gonna, you're gonna have faith in yourself. Because determination says go all out, struggle desperately, belief in victory. This may have been something that you have been struggling with, but it's like with this daisy coming out of the concrete, it's like you overcame so many obstacles in the past that you're gonna be able to bloom. And it's like whatever you do, especially if you're going to a school, if you're going to, like, say maybe you are traveling to go to school, maybe it's because I know there's art schools outside of the U.S. and I don't know. Most of my viewers are from the U.S., I believe. But if you are someone who is overseas, or you are in the U.S. and you may be thinking about going to school overseas, that you're gonna do well. You're gonna do well. If the exam is gonna be a positive result for you because of your determination, your focus, your passion for whatever it is that you're creating, and it's gonna happen at the right time. Tell us about timing. Now, if this is about love, like when you come forward towards this person, they're gonna receive you well. They're gonna receive your gift well. They're gonna receive your gift, your generosity, and it's gonna be a great feeling for you. You're gonna feel relieved. Eternity, immortality, frozen infinity. If timing, it feels like an eternity. Maybe if it is a person, maybe you have been waiting for a result and it feels like it's been an eternity, like you've been waiting a long time. But I think that, see, we have the word moment, deadline, synchronization, rhythm, moment. It's like you're feeling things out. You may feel like some sort of, like everything is happening at the right time, the way it's meant to. Or for some of you, it may feel like it's taking forever for this to happen. You know, if you've already delivered a gift, you're still waiting for some sort of response about it being received. But once it is, I think it's, from what this card is saying, that it's good. You're going to get a fantastic result. It's going to be something good. It's going to be a result that you're going to be happy with. It's going to be received well. It's just a matter of patience this week. Anything else about timing? Anything else about timing? Worth it. It's going to be well worth the wait. Ooh, those cards fell. One fell face up, so I'm going to show it to you. And it came out in the reverse. See, these cards fell in the reverse. So I'm just showing you. If there was some instability, some disruption, corruption, I think that within being in reverse, it's like things are going to work out well. Oh, you got speeding and worth. All right, so it's like you feel like it's taking eternity, but it's going to happen very quickly. It's going to flow in very quickly, and it's going to be well worth the wait. Efforts will be rewarded within reach. Success lies in hand. And that the result, there will be no chaos, you know, for whatever it is. It may be something that you're prepared for, because sometimes things happen so fast that you're like, oh my God, what should I do? You know, like, and then you're feeling stressed out, you're feeling overwhelmed. But I feel like when this comes in, you're going to be able to receive it well. That you're not going to, it's like you're going to be so prepared for this, for what it is. If it's now, especially if it could be like, if a love situation, it could be like you are being patient, you're waiting, but the response that you receive is going to happen sooner than you expected. Maybe you thought you will have to wait forever, but it's going to happen really fast, and it's going to be well worth the wait. And if it is that, and maybe you've waited a long time, but when it happens, things are going to be happening very quickly with the person, and you're going to be like, wow, this was worth the wait, and that everything is going to go smoothly. There is not going to be any chaos. There's not going to be any disruption. Things are going to be flowing very smoothly and easily for you in this, with whatever it is that's coming in. Whether it's like you trying to get into some sort of school, or you know, making that like you're at that point where, okay, it's time for me to go, you know, You're saying your goodbyes, whatever. Or it could be that you were creating something, a gift for somebody that you delivered, and you're waiting for, you know, it was going to be determined whether or not you were going to move on, or if you were going to move forward with this person, move on from the person or move forward from the person. I hope this makes sense. So yeah, let's get you a Moonology card, Taurus. What does Taurus need to know for the week ahead? What advice do we have for Taurus for the week ahead? What advice do we have for Taurus for the week ahead? Assess the situation. So whatever this is asking you to assess the situation, especially, you know, it may be something you want, but sometimes it's, you know, and it may happen very quickly. You still need to take time with whatever your actions are. You know, think about what your best moves are in the situation that will go in your favor. It's a little Seven of Swords in a way, but I think it's more like you being careful, and you being very aware of the risks that can be involved. You know, like, especially if it's something that, if you were just like the result isn't what you want, then you have to think about, you know, what will be my alternate plan. You know, what would I do if it doesn't go the way I expected it to? If you are experiencing some sort of tension, it's important for you to breathe through the tension. Don't allow yourself to get stuck too. Allow yourself to flow through this moment, not get stuck on or attached to a specific outcome, but allow yourself to, you know, go with the flow. This is the full moon in Scorpio card. And in Taurus season, the full moon in Scorpio, yeah, there'll be a full moon in Scorpio, I believe in May. Yeah, because the new moon is in April 27th. So the full moon will be the middle of May. So the new moon in Taurus will be April 27th. And the full moon in Scorpio will be in May something. But that's in Taurus season. So that may be a time frame for you, Taurus. Something may happen in the middle of May. Even though something big may happen in the middle of May. Maybe something in a situation like a change or something. Or there may be something happening around that time. So I like that this card is on the timing. So that may mean something to you. This could be a person that you met in May. It could be a Scorpio that you met or you're dealing with. Or it's something that took place in Scorpio season. We also have first quarter moon in Virgo. So we also have that. So that's Virgo season. That may be August. August to September. Okay, I guess that's it, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If it resonates, please like, share, and subscribe. Even comments. I really appreciate your support, and I'm wishing you a wonderful week ahead. Take care. Hello, Gemini. This is Tad from Artemis Oracle doing your week ahead reading for April 7th to the 13th. Let's see what is going on this week for you, the week ahead. What does the week ahead hold for Gemini? So we can have hope for Gemini. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, we have guard, defend, protect, guarantee. Okay, we have reflection, exam, ignore. All right, confession, prayer, repentance, diagnostic, certificates, election, registration, focus, detox, overlook, for ignore. Right now, it's like you're at this point where you're reflecting on something. You may be blocking something out, blocking someone out. You're keeping your guard up. You're defending yourself against something. You're ignoring something. But there's going to be something that's going to require your attention. You know, it's good to go in, reflect with yourself, reflect within, do hermit mode. But don't do so at your own expense. Why did I say expect? Expect a call, expect some sort of communication. It may be communication that you don't want to ignore, but you will know for your situation. If it's something that you feel like you have to protect yourself from, then yes, overlook it, ignore it, you know. It may be something that says detox. It may be something that you know that if you were to answer the call, that it will just lead you down a certain path that is not healthy for you. It's a path that isn't going to... It could be a test too, like some sort of test. Solitude, yeah, reflection, solitude. So you may be at this point where you're at this is hermit, and I mentioned hermit. Yes, you may be in this hermit mode right now. You may be, you know, focusing on what's important to you, focusing on the things that you a wish that you want to come true. And you may be at this point where you're coming out of hermit mode, you know. So it's like as soon as you come out, it's like you're going to be faced with some sort of challenge or test, you know, some sort of challenge or test. What is it that they need to reflect on, Spirit? What does Gemini need to reflect on, Spirit, this week? What do they need to reflect on? Okay, this card's going to flip out. The truth. Reflect on the truth. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself about a situation, about what it is you want, about maybe a situation itself, like seeing it for what it is, you know. Accelerated motion and suffering in silence. So you got 9, 9. Okay, so that may, and then 8 plus 1 is 9. Okay, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. So you're ending something. You're almost at the end of a cycle. Suffering in silence, it's 9 of Swords. So you may be facing some sort of anxiety about something, but with the Ace of Swords here, it's like as soon as it's going to be ended. It may be a difficult situation that you're ending, but it's like after that, you're going to see things are going to be changing for you. Whatever it is that you were placing a lot of your intention or reflection, whatever you were reflecting on, it's going to come forward. You're going to see the changes that are going to be leading you towards whatever it is that you've been placing your focus on, what your wish is. Because the stars just made me think of a wish. And they really stood out in this. So you're going to be facing some sort of test. And it's like, this is what happens. When you're like on the right path and the universe is going to test you in some way to see, are you truly doing, or are you truly embodying this change that you've been working on, that you've been focused on when you've been on respite, when you've been away, when you've been on your mental vacation, you know? You know, it's going to be some sort of test that is something that you know, like it just like lights your fire. You know, it could have to do with a person, someone that you've had a situation with in the past and that may want to come in with a new beginning, you know, but it's like up to you to decide if that's it. But if you know it's something that isn't healthy for you, then, you know, you got to decide whether you're going to, you know, let that fire burn or you're going to extinguish it. Tell us more about exam. See, memories of love. Yeah, it's somebody from the past that you hold a lot of memories with, that you may be passionate. Someone who may be coming towards you passionately, you know, who may be trying to get back in your good graces, you know. So memories of love. Yeah, this is a test. It's something that you're going to have to keep your guard up against. Especially, and this is if the person that's coming up, you've had situations with that were not the healthiest, you know. It's something that is going to like force you to face your shadow self, with reflection being here in the shadow. It's like something that you overcame, something that taught you a lesson about yourself. You were able to see all aspects of yourself, the duality of being a Gemini, you know, the good, the bad, the dark, the light, the sun, the moon, you know. It's something that you reflected on, and it's like you get a better understanding, but you're going to be tested with something that is going to be somewhat tempting to you, you know. This card, it says difference, you know. You're going to see a difference, you know. Are you going to choose the path that you usually take, or are you going to take a different route? Are you going to go back to what is familiar, or are you going to protect yourself and move towards what is best for you? Let's find out about ignore. Tell us more about ignore. Tell us about ignore. It says focus, detox, and overlook. Well, there's a lot of cards, but this one. Awareness. Yeah, you're going to be focused. You're aware. This is the Magician card. I think you're going to... okay, this came to my mind. You may be testing your manifestation skills, seeing if something comes back to you, or you can bring something to you, draw something to you. Awareness and focus. It's like you're being aware of something. You want to see if something does come back, or you're trying to manifest something to you. So you're I don't know, for some reason it's like telling you do not ignore something. Be aware. Be aware. Stay aware. You know, focus on what it is you have, but don't allow yourself to be distracted. Be aware, you know. Something might slip by if you're not paying attention. So be aware. Anything else about ignoring? Because you remember, your thoughts and your words are your wand. Whatever you think, it becomes real, you know, because you're giving it the energy. You're attracting it. You're giving the vibrational energy of your mind. It's what's going to draw something in. So you have to be careful with what you're thinking, what you're doing, and how you're acting, because it may draw something back to you. So this could be something that's an internal change, where you've been trying to change your mindset. You've been trying to change a behavior within yourself. And there may be something coming up from the past that is going to basically test to see if you're going to go into your shadow self, what you usually go to, the behaviors you usually go to or you're drawn to, or are you going to take a different path? Are you going to be different? Are you going to do something different? It says difference, road, future, choice, destiny. Are you going to make a different choice this time, when whatever this is, the test is, comes forward? You know, you need to be aware of that. Okay. Anything else? Harmony. Yeah, it could be a love situation. You can't be trying. I don't think it's that, because this is you. This is your card, and I banged the triangle. All right, so harmony. This is about you being in harmony with your shadow self and your light self. This is you being able to integrate all parts of yourself so that you are able to discern, be more discerning, not ignore things that you ignored in the past. So I think that this is about you coming to your own power, you realizing your power, guarding yourself and protecting yourself from things that are not helpful or healthy for you, and you realizing and understanding how important it is for you to take time to reflect, take time to focus on what matters to you, but also to ignore the things that aren't good for you. You know, and I think that this is what this whole week is about. You're going to be tested with something, and it's going to allow you to see how you have changed, how you are now in harmony with yourself. You know, that yin and yang energy. So yeah, that's your reading. Let's get, oh, this card's still in the bottom. So practice gratitude. All right, when I picked up the deck, that card stood in the bottom. So last moon in Sagittarius, last quarter moon in Sagittarius. Please, I don't ever want there to be a last moon. I love moons. I love the moon. I want the moon to be forever. All right, practice gratitude. At this time, it's important for you. Like, if you look at this, it kind of looks like the person is praying. So maybe you've been doing a lot of meditation, praying, journaling, gratitude journals. That could be something you could consider doing. Oh my gosh. All right, Mercury retrograde ends tomorrow, but we're going to be in the shadow period for another week. So, you know, we got to live with it. All right, first quarter moon in Taurus. So release control. If there's anything that you've been holding on to, release it, you know, especially if it's something that you've been ignoring. Like, oh, you know, I don't have a problem with control issues. Like, really? No. If there's something that you need to let go of, a person, a behavior, an action, you know, this is going to be a test. Are you going to be releasing control, or are you going to hold your grip on something that is not going to be, it's not good for you? And reveal what needs to be seen. So that's last quarter moon in Scorpio. So reveal what needs to be seen. Yeah, like come out of the shadows. Reveal yourself. Reveal yourself to yourself. Look at your reflection. See yourself for who you really are. You know? A multifaceted person who has a lot to offer the world. Release control. Don't hide yourself away. Show all parts of yourself. Of course, you know, not all your parts, especially in public, you know. But yeah, like reveal yourself. Reveal the truth about yourself. Don't hide yourself. Embrace all parts of yourself. And it's not necessarily you being seen by other people, but it's about you seeing yourself for who you are, seeing your worth, seeing the beauty of the duality of being a Gemini, you know. All facets of yourself. Appreciate yourself. Be grateful for who you are. Release control of trying to be perfect if that's something that you've been dealing with. You're not perfect. Nobody's perfect, you know. And with everybody else's idea of perfection, you know, because it's very subjective, you know. But for you, you have to embrace the perfection that you are. And it may not be what you think you should be, but it's who you are that's perfect. You know, you have to understand that you are perfect as you are. You know, the good, the bad, and the ugly, you know. But integrate all parts of yourself so that you can be whole and love yourself for who you are inside and out. Okay, so that's, I don't know, that just came out of me. I hope this reading resonates with you, Gemini. If it does, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'm wishing you a great week ahead. Bye. Hello, Cancer. This is Hannah from Artemis Oracle doing your week ahead reading for April 6th through, April 7th through April 13th. Let's see what you need to know for the week ahead, Cancer. I hope you're doing well and staying safe, Cancer. What does Cancer need to know at this time, Spirit? What does Cancer need to know at this time? Dream, follow your dreams, follow your destiny, follow your dreams. Reject, negation, never, forbid, taboo. Ooh, I don't like that card. It looks demonic. Follow your dreams. Desire, omen, nightmare, fantasy, follow instructions, instigation, faith, responsibility, road, shackles. Negation, never, forbid, taboo, or prosperity. Don't let your fear of rejection hold you back from you being prosperous. Whatever you're dreaming for, follow your dreams, follow your heart. You know, it's going to lead you to your destiny. It's going to lead you to everything that you desire most, you know. But the only person that can really block you from this is yourself. If you allow your negative thoughts, your self-limiting thoughts to limit you, limit your possibilities, limit your thinking that you can have everything that you want. That's something that you need to release. That's what I'm getting. So tell us about dream. Movement, choices, decisions. So you're at this place where you're going to have to make some decisions about something. It could be regarding a dream, something that you've been wanting for a long time. It could be something that you've been fantasizing about, something you desire. But with the Two of Pentacles here, you're trying to figure out what your best bet will be. But the best thing to do is just to start something. You know, just get started in any way that you can. Don't overthink it. Anything else for dream? Yes. Don't let the inner conflict that you have, you know, the confusion, not being sure about what you want to do, and also don't allow what everybody else is doing to influence how you do things. You have your own path that you need to go through. You know, everybody could be going in one direction, because in this card it shows somebody like this figure going down the stairs, going towards his passion, desire, with the flame there. But then you see everybody else is running up the stairs. So this is like, it's like these figures are like background figures, because you're the main character in your life. So right here it's saying that, you know, you don't have to follow everybody's path. You have to follow your own path. Follow your dream. Let me find out about follow. Tell me about follow. Okay, awareness. This is about you thinking about how your thoughts create your reality. This is about you trying to manifest something that you are very passionate about, something that you care about. And it's funny that I mentioned the candle here, because this is the Ace of Wands. This is the Five of Swords. This is the Magician here. You need to go towards what brings you passion. You know, you have all the tools that you need to start something new, something that's creative, something that you are so passionate about that it really, you know, it's something that you've desired. You know, it could possibly be a person. You know, maybe you manifested this new person. This person could be your dream person, and the thought of them, it gets you going, you know. And with the circle here, this is something that it's like you've probably been going through a cycle of a repetitive cycle, where you may have been focusing on one thing, because we have the 1-1 here. You've been focusing on yourself. Focusing on yourself. Being aware of yourself. Be one with yourself. You know that you have everything you need to start something new. Something that can bring you so much joy. How come I want to say euphoric? It could be something that's euphoric to you in some way. And my chair is making so many noises. I don't know. My chair has something to say in this reading, apparently. But this is about you following your faith. This is about you having hope. You know, this could be maybe having a sigh of relief. You know, that, you know, like you're taking that first breath and you're using your first breath to ignite something, to bring something forward, to draw something forward, to ignite something. Follow instructions, investigation. Yeah, you have to, I feel like it's like you following your heart, following your path. You know, what lights you up? You see here, this green. Green is the heart chakra. You know, this is something that you care about deeply, that you love. Okay, anything else for follow? So we have 1-1 come through. Anything else for follow? Anything else for follow? Okay, no. All right. So let's go to destiny. Destiny. All right, responsibility, road shackles. What's about destiny? Your dreams will lead you to your destiny. Anything about destiny? Oh, Lord, triumphant success. Whatever it is that you're working for, there's going to be success with it. You know, whatever ideas, we have 111 on the table. So you may be seeing those numbers, or that number may be significant. It could be in your phone number. It could be your building number. It could even be your apartment number. You could be seeing the time. You may be watching this at 111. Yeah, this is leading you to success. You know, follow your own path. Use the tools that you have, your passion, the material resources, even support system that you have around you. Allow them to be a source of support, guidance, inspiration for you. Destiny. Can you get another card for destiny? Got 8. Don't let your fear trap you. Free yourself. Cut yourself from your fear. The fear that this is what you need to reject. Reject the fear. Reject the idea that you will not be successful, because we have prosperity here. Abundance, wealth, good luck, blessings. As long as you follow your heart and you do what you know is good for yourself and is good for your community, for your world, your family, then all you're doing is going to be drawing in prosperity towards yourself, because your vibration is going to be high. But this, you have to release this. You have to reject the fear that you won't be successful, the fear that you will fail, the fear that you are unworthy, because you are worthy of this. You have to reject this fear. Reject it. It's not going to serve you any good. You know, if anything, try to transmute that energy where you are able to turn it into passion. Like, I was talking to somebody and about something, and I told them, why don't you reframe it? So why don't you, if you are in this thing, reframe your fear into passion. Reframe it like, I'm not afraid. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I'm excited to see the success that I'm going to receive. I'm excited about being triumphant, you know, overcoming any obstacles that come away, cutting away anything that doesn't serve me, any competition or whatever it is that you need to cut away, anything, any blockages that you need to cut away. Is there anything else about destiny? Intuition. Use your intuition. Follow your intuition. Your intuition will lead you. Follow your heart. Follow your intuition. Know that you have everything you need to create the life that you want. You have 2-2 here, you know. So have faith in yourself. Believe that you are worthy, and reject anything that doesn't align with what it is that you envision for yourself. The good stuff, the good things you envision for yourself this week. You know, you may be starting something new this week. that's going to ignite your passion. You're going to be taking a different path. You may be considering taking a different path, but you're just trying to figure out what your best option is. But follow your heart. Know you have all the tools. Know that you have the heart, the passion for it. Know that you will be successful because you are putting your best foot forward, and you're going to cut, and your advice will be to cut away anything that doesn't serve or will be conducive to you going towards your dreams. You know, follow your intuition. Okay, now, oh my God, this card was up. Know your worth. Oh my God, I thought it. And there's a Monology deck. I had it face up for some reason. Oh my God, know your worth. I'm going to keep that card because that's for you. You need to know your worth. I did not realize that card was out. Cancer. What other advice does Cancer need to know? Somehow this card came out. Process. This card, I don't know if it got in the deck somehow. I don't know. But process. This is a journey. This is a process that you're going to have to go through. You know, me telling you to let go of your fear, release your fear, that is a process. That is a journey. That's something that you're going to have to go through. It's your own path. Take your own path, go through your own process and going towards your dreams, following your dreams. You know, this is your path alone. This is so funny that the card, I did not even realize it. Okay, wait. Make time for self-love. Last quarter moon in Libra, and then we have the new moon in Taurus. The new moon in Taurus is going to be on April 27th, just so you know. Okay, just letting you know. Make time for self-love. Take care of yourself. Make sure you're nurturing yourself. Make sure that you're not telling yourself things that are not true. Love yourself. Love yourself. Have faith in yourself. Believe in yourself. And know that you have what it takes. That you hold the power. You hold the power in your destiny, you know, along with the source. The universe is always working with us, you know, but it just needs us to not be so resistant. And then take inspired action. Yes, with the Ace of Wands, take inspired action. You know, whatever it is that, you know, whatever idea comes to you this week, go with it. Go with it. Take the inspired action. Look at what you can do right now to get started, but don't get stuck in fear. Don't get stuck in the idea of rejection or anything, because the only person that can reject you is you. Remember that, Cancer. Okay, so I'm going to end the reading there. I hope this reading resonates with you. If it does, please like, share, and subscribe to Artemis Oracle. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye. Hello, Leo. This is Tam from Artemis Oracle doing your week ahead reading for April 7th through 13th. Let's see what messages you need to know for the week ahead. What messages do you need to know for the week ahead? What messages do you need to know for the week ahead, Leo? I hope you're doing well, Leo. Let's see what messages Leo needs to know at this time, Spirit. Okay, chat. Ooh. When I thought of seagull and then I saw chat. Gossip. Beware of gossip. Beware of gossip. Don't get involved in any gossip. Just so you know. Okay. So exploration, creation, experimentation, universe, underground, seagull, cunning, perseverance, fearlessness, survival, freedom, and chat. Exchange of information, disclose information, inquire. I feel like beware of disclosing any information about yourself that you don't really want people to know. Only share things that you really don't care people know, especially if you're a Leo, because I'm a Leo moon, so I like having a good reputation. I hope you do too. So exploration, creation. You may be working towards let me see what this is. Exploration. Let me see this. I feel like you're going to be entering something or doing something that's completely new to you, or you're going to be going into uncharted territories. It's uncharted territories. It's going to require you to use your you're going to be doing something that's different. And it's going to require you to be very, the word that came to my mind was discerning. You have to be discerning. You're going to be going into something and you're going to have to be discerning about how you move forward with it. The word cunning, it's like, it has like a negative connotation because it kind of implies somebody who may be manipulative or something. But I feel like in this way, it's about you holding your cards close to your chest. You only revealing what needs to be revealed at the time it needs to be revealed. You're not going to be showing your cards, basically. You're going to be very strategic about how you're moving into this new adventure you're heading into. You're, you know, as a Leo, you're going to be needing to be fearless. You're going to, it's because it's going to be something that you may not have, it's something like you're going into the dark and about. It's not something that you can really prepare yourself for. And you may be unprepared when you hear this, whatever this is. If it's something that's coming towards you, it may be coming towards you unexpectedly, and you're not going to have too much information about it, but you're just going to be using your discernment to guide you through the process, especially if it's something that you have to do. You know, not because you're being forced to do, but it's just a requirement. You may be getting an invitation or an invitation. Yeah, an invitation. Well, I was going to say it 3 times 10. For an interview. It might be a job that's different than what you're used to doing. You probably feel like you're unprepared and that you're going, like I said, you're going into something in the dark. Something that you're not really, it's something that you're not really prepared for. And I'm now thinking about the Fool card. So let's see if that comes out in the tarot. But I feel like you're going to be heading into something where, like, you're going to be talking about something that you are new to. Talking about something that you're new to, or it's gonna be something new that you're going to be talking about. I feel like that's a better way to put it. I feel like this is where you're gonna have to be discerning about what you say. Be careful that you're not saying things because it sounds good to you, and beware of anybody saying things that they think will appeal to your ego. All right, let's find out about exploration. Victory, success. Okay, this is something that, if it's something new you're going into, it's something that's going to lead to some sort of victory. Like if it is a job interview and you're putting your best foot forward and you're being honest, not saying things that aren't necessarily true, but then you're also there being honest about what this offer is for you. That is, it's like I said, it's something that you're going into the dark. It's like you're going in the dark with it. You don't really know what's gonna happen. You don't know what, you know, you're going in with the full mentality, you know, but it's something that's supposed to lead to victory and success in some way. 3 of heartache and loss. This is something that you maybe are hesitant about because of some disappointment you faced in the past. Because it says heartache and loss. This is the 3 of Swords. So there may have been some situation in the past where you were hoping for it to be victorious and successful, and now you are, you know, a little more like skittish about it, you know. This could possibly be you're meeting someone new that you're overcoming this heartache that you've experienced, and you're having hope that you can meet somebody new, and that's what this chat is. It could be like you're meeting someone new who caught your eye, that you're attracted to, maybe online, talking to people online, maybe online dating. I feel like this is you also taking a chance in something, yeah. And you have hope that, you know, that though you've experienced some sort of heartache in the past, that, you know, that you will be victorious in finding someone who is the right match for you, with the hope, and or finding a job that is the right match for you. Maybe there was some disappointment where you weren't offered something that you really wanted, so, but it's like, but now you have hope again, and you're going back in, like going in, you're going back into something, going back in the arena. Tell me more about the seagull. Tell me more about the seagull for Leo. What's the seagull for Leo? Rest and rejuvenate. So that's the Four of Swords. So after this heartache, it's like you're at this point where you're healing and now you're ready to come forward, you know, put yourself out there, you know, experience life in a different way, explore your options possibly with the Four of Swords. You know, you've taken the time to reflect, to pray, to meditate. You know, you were in self-isolation mode, but now it's time for you to come out and play. How come I want to say come out and play? Okay, tell me more about the seagull. Tell me, oh, patience. You know, I think that you have been patient in the past, and now while you were in the Four of Swords, you've been very patient with yourself, and now you're ready to come forward and start growing something. Because the patience. You know, but this deck is so tricky because 14, is that temperance? Is that temperance? Patience. Let me see, 14. Is that the star? Patience. Temperance, yeah. It's temperance. I'm keeping this book with me. Yeah, it's temperance. Why don't I trust my intuition, girl? Trust your intuition. So you've been very patient with yourself, patient with the process, and now you're reaching this point where you are ready to come out and play, ready to put yourself out there, be seen, you know, as the beautiful Leo you are. Anything else about Seagull? Okay, card fell. Heart chakra. Yeah, you've been healing your heart. I think we're at this point now where your confidence is up. As we have this yellow sunshine, this is the solar plexus. So this could be your solar plexus chakra, and then right here you have the heart chakra. You're feeling more confident now. You've been patient with yourself and the process of healing, and now you're ready to put yourself out there to meet someone new. Okay, let's find out about this chat. What is this chat? What is this chat for Leo? Temptation. Ooh, so you're going to be meeting someone who is going to be very tempting, or you're going to be talking to someone who's very tempting. But this is the Devil card, so this is something that you're going to have to be a little bit discerning with. This is where your discernment is going to come in because of the past experience you had with something that's been disappointing. So you may receive a very tempting offer. It could be with romance. You know, it could be with a job. You know, you've been patient, you've been waiting for the right opportunity, you've recovered from the disappointment, and you're receiving a tempting offer, you know. But like I said in the beginning, beware of gossip and beware of the information that you're revealing about yourself because of this coming out. That's the only reason why I'm saying that. Beware of scams too. Had to add that in there. Tell us more about the temptation in chat. An offer you can't refuse. Beware of that. You know, mind your P's and Q's. You know, make sure that, you know, if you do get an offer, that you do take the time to explore it, but explore the options that exist within it. You know, the pros, the cons. You know, don't go into something without doing research. We have power. You have the power. You're coming out with the strength card here with power. That's you, Leo. You have the power. You have the power to overcome this temptation. You have the power to decide whether or not you want to entertain the temptation. You know, ultimately it's your decision, Leo. Anything else for Leo? So this week is going to bring something that's going to be very tempting to you, but with the work you did, the temptation and stuff, and the patience you had for yourself. You know, be patient and planning. You know, like if this is something, a tempting offer, this is going to require you to, you know, really go within, see if this is the best thing for you, you know, and is this something that you can consider for the future? Is this something that you can plan for? You know, is this something that, because patience and planning, this is Seven of Pentacles. Is this something that you can see growth with? Is this something that's going to bring you fruitful results? You know, it's funny, we have 15 here, 7, 8. Equals 15. Reduce it down to 6. Is this something that's going to be harmonizing with you? You have rejoice and celebration. So, you know, whatever decision you make is going to be the right one for you. But be very discerning at this time. You know, is this an offer, a tempting offer that is going to be for your benefit, or is this going to be to your detriment? You know, is this something that you can see a future with? Is this something that you can see growth with? Is this something that's going to bring prosperity? You know, let's look at this. Rejoice and disruption, you know. You know, so you may be meeting this person and it may be, you know, like, oh, you're celebrating even this offer, but you know, you're gonna have to go within, but don't trap yourself, because the 16 and disruption, this is the Tower. So, and this could be something that's life-changing in a way, and this is asking for you to use your intuition with the crown chakra. This is, you know, like, listen to any intuitive nudges, any visions, dreams that you're having at this time, because it's going to help you, you know, with whatever decision you make. You know, it's going to, you know, you're going to have to go within and ask yourself, is this the best option for you? You know, with the shadow card coming out, which is the moon card, and the sacral chakra. You know, is this something that you're passionate about? Does this light your fire? You know, is this going to bring more obstacles and challenges like you were facing in the past, or is it going to bring results and fruitfulness? You know, or is this something, you know, I mentioned the 6, moving on. You know, moving on. So this is 6 of Swords. Is this something you're going to move on from, or is this something that you moved on from? You know. Okay. I really want to dig into this. All right. Tell me about chat. And is this something that Leo should take? Is this an offer that Leo should take? Recognition and reward. This is 3 of Wands. So I feel like you will know. Is this something that's going to bring you the results and stuff? So this is going to be something that you have to really look into. You know, if this is a person, is this a person that you can envision? A tempting person. They may be tempting. They may not be the devil themselves. Capricorn energy. You know, this is Sagittarius, and then we have your energy. The sun. So that's you. Yeah, the sun is, no wait, is that sun? Oh my god, this deck, is that the sun? Is that the sun? It's the star. Okay, star. It looks like a sun. Okay, but still, mental conflict with solitude. Yeah, but you've already gone through this. You know, I say be careful. You know, use your discernment. Look at everything. Look at things from a clear perspective, you know. Don't allow anybody to say or do things that makes you feel like you're being recognized, that you're being renewed. Is it actually something that's good for you? You're going to be able to discern that for yourself. You know, does it remind you of the past, or is this something completely new, something completely different? You know, you'll be able to tell that, because if you feeling feelings that are familiar, then you will know. If you're feeling things that are different, then you will know. Okay, so let's go into the Moonology deck. What advice does Leo need to know at this time? What advice does Leo need to know at this time? I hope this reduced the glare. Okay, you have know your worth. Yes, know that you are worthy of being loved, respected, admired, but don't think you're a god, okay? Or like an egotistical god, okay? Anything else for Leo? I have to say that because I have Leo on my chart, so I have to say that. We gotta humble ourselves sometimes. I know we can be great, but that doesn't mean that we're better than other people, okay? Because no one's better than anybody. Speak your world into being. So this is about you thinking and feeling, you seeing and saying the things that you want to come to true. To be careful of what you're saying to yourself. And this is, like I said, be careful of what you're telling other people too. You know, and whatever feelings that you're experiencing at this time, is important for you to honor your feelings. Don't disregard them, especially if something, you know, seems kind of too good to be true. Don't let your ego get in the way of it. Look at things from a very clear minded, analytical perspective. Look at it, but removing your emotions. Look at it from a logical perspective, you know, and then reveal what needs to be seen. Yes, like just reveal, say things that you need to say that you don't mind people knowing, but don't share everything. That's what I was getting from the beginning. Like, don't give out too much information. Some things are better off left a mystery, and some things need to be revealed. So reveal things at your discretion, okay? So I hope this reading resonates with you, Leo. If it does, please like, share, subscribe to Artemis Oracle. And I'm wishing you a wonderful week ahead. Take care. Bye. Hello, Virgo. This is Tad from Artemis Oracle doing your week ahead reading for April 7th. Oh, wow. You're the 6th reading I'm doing today. So I hope you're doing well, Virgo. Let's see what Spirit has for you. Spirit, what messages does Virgo need to know at this time for the week ahead? What messages does Virgo need to know for the week ahead? What messages does Virgo need to know for the week ahead? That one will come out. What messages does Virgo need to know for the week ahead? Okay. Oh, you got, wow. Okay, you got hurricane, seed, terrific. So it looks like some type of disruption is going to cause, I know these cards came out in, but hurricanes are tower moments. That's how I read that card. It's a tower moment that is going to allow something, it's going to shake things up. It's going to allow something to yield good results with the seed. It's going to be cooperation. You may be working with somebody. Wow. We got ring. Okay. That's giving relationship vibes. Okay. Cooperation, acceptance, listening, teamwork, win-win. So there may be some type of relationship where you face some sort of disruption, argument, upheaval, or anything. But I think that with what happened, it allowed things to kind of restart in a way. And it's allowing you to nurture your relationship. And it's now heading towards a path where things are going well. You're having happy moments. Things, you know, like you feel a lot. You and your partner is synchronized, you know, like your hearts are synchronized, and you're working together to build a home, a relationship, a strong relationship, a strong foundation for yourself, something that won't lead to, that can weather any storm. And I know hurricane came out last, but no, like it doesn't matter the order of the cards, you know. I mean, it could be the opposite, that you felt like things were going well and then some type of hurricane happened, you know. But with ring coming out, wedding, token, bond, I feel like it's letting you know that whatever challenges you face in your relationship, it's something that you can overcome together. Okay, now let's get some tarot for Virgo. Okay, because remember, the seed and hurricane came out together. When I moved the hurricane card, that's when you saw the seed card. That's when I saw it. Okay. Tell us more about the seed and hurricane. Let's start there. Seed and hurricane. Trapped in fear. I feel like there's this type of self-sabotage going on. Maybe someone has some secret fears and they let the fear get the best of them, and it caused some type of argument, some separation in some way. But it allowed, you know, allowed there to be some revealing of truths that allowed both of you to have a deeper understanding of each other and be able to move forward. Yeah, movement, choices, decision. You know, it's something that you both went back and forth about, or you, Virgo, went back and forth about. But you realized that though you had some difficulty in the relationship, you can see that this is something that can continue to be nurtured and grow. You may face some sort of challenging moment in this week, you know, but I think that with the ring coming out, it's showing that there's a commitment in here, that you're both committed to each other, or you're committed to this person, or it could be a thing. It doesn't have to be a relationship. I read it as a relationship because it's a ring, but you know, it's a commitment. You can commit to yourself to things, to people, or to a job or something. You take it as it resonates. So what's this? The terrific. What's terrific? Temptation. So that's the devil. I know people, we always think about the devil being a negative card, but it could be like this could be like the dedication, the focus that you're putting towards something. about the focus that you're putting towards building a relationship where there's equal reciprocity, because we have the 6 that reduces down to 6, 15 reduces down to 6. That has to do with harmony. And I feel like with whatever happened in the past, whatever it comes out temptation, but this is the devil card. Devil card could be like self-sabotage, it could be self-limiting beliefs, it could be deception, it could be control. So I feel like with what happened here, it's like you're moving past this negativity, this disruption, whatever it was, and you're finding that things are improving. Like you're going away, you're moving away from this, you're moving away from the 15 of temptation, and you're going into something that's a bit more harmonious. You know, the temptation could be anything, you know, and you will know your situation most. Let's see, tell us more about terrific and temptation. What else? What temptation and terrific? Power. I feel like this is something that you're both resisting. Like whatever temptations have tried to interfere with your relationship, or, you know, temptations or devilish tendencies, you're both, or you are overcoming that. You are showing strength and fortitude with how you're moving forward in your relationship. And what else? It's like there is some control, but I think it's more like self-control. You're probably controlling your feelings, you're controlling your thoughts, anything that has been, you're controlling your fears, not letting your fears control you. You're overcoming your fears. Because the devil card can also represent fears, because your fears can trap you. Terrific. What else? Anything else? Transformation. Yeah, you've seen some sort of transformation in yourself. It's like you're wide awake. Oh my God, it made me think about the Katy Perry song. You're wide awake. I'm wide awake. I don't know the words, so I'm not gonna try to sing it. Okay, cooperation. Tell us about cooperation for Virgo. Love begins. This is Ace of Cups. I think you're understanding how important it is to love yourself and not fear love. How important it is to have your cup overflowing, you know, and not let anything block you from expressing your love, showing your love, or receiving love, allowing someone to pour into you. Or you pouring into something together, because there's two different sets of hands there. There's a different hands. So it's like you're both pouring into something together. It's like I said, synchronicity. There's happiness there, you know. You're allowing you're accepting, you're allowing yourself to be loved, you know. You're if there are any conflicts and stuff, you're allowing love to win. You're allowing love to win. Anything else? Awareness. I think this awareness that you're having this week is what's going to bring you like to this point where you feel like whoever you're with, you're going to be able to really see a future with them, really be able to commit, you know, wanting to take your relationship to the next level, because you see how you both are working well together, how you've overcome some situations, some hurricanes, some disruptions, how important it is to not allow fears to interfere with your relationship, and, you know, being aware, because you see, awareness, transformations, it's like you understand now that things had to change for it to get to where it is now, for your relationship to reach this level where you're considering marriage, considering a bond, like a serious contractual bond, a wedding, marriage, commitment, proposal, you know. So let's see what your Moonology messages are. What advice do you have for Virgo? What advice do you have for Virgo? What advice do you have for Virgo? So it looks like you're going to be having a good week. I mean, if you are faced with any conflict, it's like something that you're going to be able to work out together. That whatever foundation you've built with this person, if it's a love relationship, or even if it's within yourself, that you're going to be able to overcome it. You know, love is going to win in this situation. Any advice? Release your blocks. Yeah. Your fears. Don't allow your fears to block love from coming in, flowing in, or allowing yourself to share your love and receive love. Be proud of yourself. If you've had any challenges before that you've overcome, because this is also showing that like you're in cooperation. You could be in cooperation with spirit, and working out on how to control your fears and not let them control you. You showing strength and fortitude with moving forward and wanting to change how you feel about yourself, and also how you interact in work relationships. You know, if this isn't a personal relationship, please take it how it resonates. You know, you're freeing yourself, you're making movements rather than being stuck. You're removing the blocks, you're releasing the blocks so that you can continue to move forward. Anything else for Virgo? Okay, I think that's it, Virgo. So I hope you enjoyed your reading. If this reading resonates with you at all, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. My name is Tana, and I'm an artist, Oracle. Thank you so much, and I'm wishing you a wonderful week ahead. Bye. Hello, Libra. This is time for Artemis Oracle. Let's see what messages you need to know. Ooh, jealousy was flipped over. Ooh, worth. Wow, okay. I mean, I could take those cards, but I know I did not shuffle these properly. Okay. And those cards didn't show up in other readings. So, Libra, what does Libra need to know for the week ahead for April 7th through April 13th? What does Libra need to know for the week ahead? Generous. Delivery. This came up for another. I think this came up for Taurus. Well, you're both ruled by Venus, so it makes sense. Gratitude. Okay, so gratitude. Be grateful for everything that you have, you know. You may be receiving a gift from someone. It may be a Taurus, because the same information came, these same cards came out for Taurus. And they were the second reading. You're the 7th reading. So that's many shuffles ago. So it's interesting that these cards came out again. So generous. Give with an open heart. Offer without expectation. Unconditional love and delivery. Transportation, inheritance, escort. Give up the previous plan. Release old patterns. Embrace change. Clear the way for renewal. Okay. So there may be somebody coming forward with a gift towards you. They may be showing you an expression of love. It may be unexpected. Or you may be receiving some sort of inheritance. And it's from someone from the past. Who may have passed away. And I'm sorry for your loss if that's the case. It may be coming in. You may not be expecting this, but with whatever news that you're going to be receiving, it may cause you to change whatever plans you have going on. It's going to either make you want to start something new, or it's going to allow you to move on from the past and look at things from a different perspective, and allow the change that's coming in to drive you forward. Maybe towards a new beginning somewhere else, because this is an airport. They're in an airport, so maybe somebody may be coming towards you from an airport. They may be flying to see you, visit you unexpectedly. Their arrival, because deliveries have to be arrived. They arrived, right? So their arrival is going to be unexpected, but it's probably going to be a surprise. An unexpected surprise. It's probably going to be something that you're going to cherish. If it's a gift, you're going to cherish it. It's something that you're going to appreciate. It may be someone that you really care about, that you love, that you're grateful to have in your life. Okay. Wow, I picked up the wrong cards. These are moonology. All right, so let's see. Tell us about generous. Oh, that card come out. Conflict, defeat. So you may be facing some sort of conflict this week, that there's going to be someone who's going to be generous, who's going to extend an offer of help or assistance towards you. It's going to be something that you don't expect, and it may be coming from someone who is unexpected. Okay? Tell us about delivery. Okay, so it's going to be someone from your past, someone that you've had some past experience with. It doesn't necessarily have to be a love relationship. It could be a friend from the past who may be coming by, delivering something, delivering you the support that you need if you're facing some sort of conflict. They may be helping you release old patterns, or possibly helping like support you as you transition out of something, as you transition into something new. Okay. Destiny, it's gonna be a destined event. You may be running into this person unexpectedly, and maybe this is someone from the past that you run into unexpectedly that offers you the support that you need when you need it, and it's unexpected because you're going through some conflict. Then this person may come out of nowhere from the past. Someone from the past may come out of nowhere, and they may be able to help you resolve the issue. You know, anything else? Or it could have been somebody from the past that you had some conflict with, but they come forward and they, you know, deliver news, information, resolution, solution for your problem, so that you can, I guess, have a new beginning together. It causes there to be some sort of change of plans. Okay, so let's give up the previous plan. Heartache and loss. It may have been somebody that there may have been some heartache with, or loss. You know, maybe this person had to move away in the past, and you may be seeing them, running into them this week. You know, anything else about give up the previous plan? Yeah, oh, it could be somebody who's a Capricorn. Destiny. That's the Wheel of Fortune. That's fixed signs. That's Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, or Taurus. You know, so you may be dealing with a Taurus or another fixed sign, but then we have Capricorn coming out here. So you may have had some sort of issue with them in the past. They may have been the cause of the heartache. Maybe they're coming in to tempt you with something. Probably try to shake up your plans. Let's see what else. Tell us about temptation and heartache. It may be somebody from the past that you're releasing, you know, that you're moving it away from. Yeah, because you have positive movement forward. It could be somebody that you're moving away from, that you're ending any toxic situations to reoccur. So maybe this is you releasing the old pattern of going into toxic behaviors. With the siren there, oh my goodness. that may be a signal. Maybe there was some conflict that involved the police, you know. That may resonate with some of you. But I think that you're heading into a place where you're going to be feeling grateful, that you're going to be appreciative. Maybe if it was a difficult past situation and you may run into this person, you're going to realize that you're grateful for the time you've spent with them, but that, you know, whatever happened in the past, you know, it's time to move on from it. You know, you may still hold unconditional love for this person, but, you know, with the delivery here, it's like you're on a boat. It's like the Six of Swords. It's like you're leaving, you're heading into a different situation. You know, you're giving up on the past situation, giving up on past plans, and moving towards something new. And then we have the positive movement forward. That's the Eight of Wands. So there may be some type of communication coming forward from them, or you may be giving them communication that allows you to move forward, if that's the case, you know. But this meeting may be a destined meeting. You know, it was meant to happen. It probably is going to allow you to have closure, right? But it's also going to have you thinking about what you want for yourself, how you want to move forward, and how you possibly how you know that the past, whatever happened in the past, is something that you need to move away from, and that you're ready for something new. You're ready, or there could possibly be a reconciliation with this person. You know, you take it how it resonates, because the temptation card doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. I mean, temptation sounds so negative, you know. But the devil card, it could simply be a Capricorn that you were dealing with, an earth sign. And maybe the old patterns you had was about you having fears, you having control, maybe obsessions, or maybe you're releasing those old patterns so that you can have a brand new beginning with this person. Or they're probably released those old patterns so that they can have a brand new beginning with you. So please take it how it resonates. You know, and if it's something that you feel like you have to stand your ground with, then you have to do that, you know, with 7 coming out, you know. Sevens may be significant because you are the 7th sign of the zodiac, and the Libra card has 7 right there. So 7-7, you may be seeing 7-7. So just follow your heart, follow your passions, not passions, follow your intuition, you know, and know what, yeah, follow your heart. Yeah, that's definitely, because she's holding her heart in the destiny. You know what's right for you. You know what's good for your heart. You know what's good for your soul. And, you know, sometimes the past needs to stay in the past. You know, even if it's a person staying in the past, or you and this person's past staying in the past and you moving past it. There's so many past seven. Like you moving from the past with the person and having a brand new start, a renewal in your relationship. Okay, so let's get the Moonology cards. What does Libra need to know? What advice does Libra need to know for the week ahead? So this could be happening this week. You may be running into somebody, rekindling a relationship, reconciling in some way, or realizing that you should move on. Okay, step into your power. Yeah, this is first quarter moon in Aries, I believe. Let me see what the moon phase is right now. I'm curious. Oh, and look, my battery's at 77. That is so funny. And I was saying 7-7. Look at that. That took me a second. I could share it with you. I don't know if you could see. My battery says 77. I don't know if you could see it. It's so bright. Why is it so bright? 77. Right there. I don't know if you could see it. It was so bright. Okay, let's see what the moon phase is right now. Oh, we're currently in yeah, this is the current moon phase. So we have, you could probably see the 77 now. But yeah, the moon is 67%. All right. So that's like half moon, right? So first quarter moon. So it might be around this time because we are in Aries season. Full moon, go wild. You know, if this is something that you really care about, that you really want to do, then yeah, go all in. You know, take that chance, take that leap. But you know what's best for you, Libra. Go wild, you know. Oh, excuse me. And no, excuse me because I bent over and my chair farted, not me. I did not fart. And leave the past behind. Yes, this is what we're talking about. Leave the past behind with the last quarter moon in Capricorn. We had Capricorn showing up right here. So yeah, so you know what's the best thing for you to do based on your situation. So I hope this reading was helpful for you in some way. If it was, please like, share, subscribe to Artemis Oracle. My name is Tan. I am your reader. Wishing you a wonderful week ahead. Bye, Libra. The Leo right there confused me. Libra. Bye, Libra. Have a great week ahead. Hello, Scorpio. This is time for Artemis Oracle doing your week ahead reading for April 7th through the 13th. Let's see what's coming out for the Scorpios. My beautiful, sexy Scorpios. Seed, hurricane. Anything else for Scorpio? Oh, loneliness. Okay. And the bottom, gratitude. Libra got this card, gratitude, in the bottom of the deck, and I shuffled this deck really well. Okay, seed. What I'm getting is that you've gone through some type of upheaval, some type of tower moment that has left you feeling some sort of loneliness. You may be feeling alone. Some of you may be feeling depressed, or maybe at this point, because it says loneliness says emptiness, depression, wandering, gap period. So loneliness doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, because it could just be you're at this point where you're by yourself and you may not know exactly how things are going to happen for you, how things are going to go for you. So there's like a bit of uncertainty because of whatever sudden change that occurred. So there may be something suddenly that's gonna maybe cause you to feel alone, like you really don't have anybody, that you don't have anybody who can support you. Or you may be at this point where you're at this gap period. But then it's like suddenly something's gonna happen where you're gonna see something change in you. You're gonna be able to see with a seed, it says nurture great growth, potential, possibility. You may be at this point where you're like hermit, you are alone, but then you've been doing a lot of introspection, thinking about what you want for yourself. This tower moment caused you to really reflect on what matters most to you. And for you, it's peace. It may be that you're better off, you feel like you're better off finding peace before you can move forward towards anything, right? Or it could be possibly you're waiting for something to come, you know. Maybe you're waiting for news, and it may come suddenly. It may be news about something or someone that you can have growth with, that there is potential for happiness, a potential for there to be nurturing, support, growth, prosperity in some way. I think you're understanding the value of gratitude, how important it is for you to be grateful for everything that you have and to cherish everything that you have. And, you know, it looks like things are going to be improving for you this week. You know, if whatever it is, it's meant to have you take time to reflect and not act on things that just come up to you. You know, like sometimes opportunities come. Some opportunities are not worth taking right away, even if they seem fleeting, because you don't want to go into something because you're afraid of missing out. So it's important for you to take time to, you know, find clarity and not, you know, take a gap period. Take time off considering something, so that you know that you're going to go into something that's going to lead to growth, that's going to lead to prosperity. It's going to lead to a harvest, because when I think of gratitude, I think of Thanksgiving. And then with this basket here, I think of a harvest. I know they have daisies there, but and daisies may be your favorite flower. They are beautiful flowers if you really look at this. Under the sunset, something needed to end. You know, something was fading. Maybe there's something within you that you're realizing has to end, and that like things aren't going to get better if you continue on a certain path. You know, sometimes you have to stop and consider what your best option is. And sometimes surrendering, like it says here, yield, force, concede, surrender, accept. Sometimes accepting things for what they are is what's going to allow you to allow what is meant for you to come in, you know, instead of holding on tightly to something that isn't for you, you know. So okay, let's find out what the seed is. Tell us about seed for Scorpio. What is the seed? Okay, you're going to be having some options. Oh, we got 7-7 again. Okay, 7-7 showed up for Libra. That's interesting. You know, in sidereal and Vedic astrology, Scorpios would be Libras, you know, just in case you didn't know that. But 7 of Cups and 7 of Swords. It's like, I feel like you're going to be at this point where you're going to be strategizing, thinking about what moves, what strategies will best employ or yield the best results for you. You know, you're going to be looking at what your options are and then strategizing and considering and reflecting on what would be the best fit, especially if it's some options that may be coming back that are familiar to you. You're going to be, with the 7 of Swords in traditional tarot, the person's running away, but they're looking back. I feel like for me, that card reminds me of someone who is running away from the past, but they keep looking back, right? So, you know, you may be looking at your options, but you're looking at any options that look familiar to those that you've received in the past, and then you're reflecting on how they, my deck is upside down, how the experiences you had in the past, and what, if you could consider those options again, are they still a possibility? Are they a viable possibility for you this time around? We have the Metamorphosis card here, the blue butterfly. This is about a massive change, a massive transportation, oh my God, transformation within you, you know? Justice. It's going to bring you balance. It's going to bring you some justice. It's going to bring truth, clarity, and it's going to bring what is fair for you. You're thinking about what is fair, what for you, what is the best thing for you to do, you know? Okay, tell us more about the Seven of Swords, Seven of Cups. Tell us about the Seven of Swords, Seven of Cups. Okay, it's a King of Wands with the Knight of Swords. So this, it may be involving your passions, because this is Leo energy, so that you may be coming off as the King of Wands or the Knight of Swords. So this is about how maybe how you can change yourself, and how you've made decisions in the past. Maybe you made more rash decisions. Maybe you made decisions that were based off ego, what you thought would be good for you, will make you look good. Or maybe you were thinking about you're making a decision that allow there to be some positive change, but it leads towards something that you're passionate about. And there's a butterfly here. It's about you. TikTok is in the bottom. It's about time ticking. Yeah, sometimes you gotta let things end before, so that you can have a new beginning, you know. So that maybe in the past that you made decisions very rashly, but I think now that you're a king and you're thinking in the king mentality, you're taking more of a careful approach. You're looking at the negative and the positive. You're not necessarily looking at what looks the best, but you're thinking about what is the best, what will bring you growth, what will bring you, is this something that you can nurture into life? Is this something that could bring life, could sustain life? You know, is this something that can be for the long term? Okay, tell us about Hurricane Strength. That's Leo again. Leo energy. You may be dealing with a Leo. The Cowardly Lion. Maybe you're understanding how important it is to be loyal to yourself, you know, and not allow things that seem to be too good to be true to kind of disrupt whatever you have going on in your life. Yeah, because whatever you were dealing with in the past, it left you feeling out in the cold, you know. It felt like it maybe had you questioning your worth, you know, but you're realizing you're worthy, that you are a queen or a king, and that you deserve to be treated with fairness. And, you know, with the Justice card being split, you have the Knight of Cups. You deserve to be loved and appreciated. Yeah, because look at the Gratitude card. Yeah, you deserve to be loved and appreciated. You're ending situations where you don't feel like you're not being appreciated. We have the Hierophant here. That's Taurus energy. Two of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. You know, I think you're like looking back in the past, and if you were dealing with someone in the past in a relationship, you felt like they were not fully invested, that they may have been holding back. Maybe holding back their time, you know, not really giving you the love that you felt like you deserved, or you felt like you have to hold back from giving your love, or giving your energy, your time, your energy towards something that you don't think is worthy, you know. Like you understand that you deserve to be loved, that you see yourself as someone who is loving, who is strong, who has a loyal heart. But you deserve to get more than what you are receiving. You don't want to feel left out in the cold. You don't want to feel neglected in any way. And so now you're like holding back your resources. You're holding back your time, your energy, and only investing in what you will see growth in. Because in the past, you've invested in things that only led to disaster. And you're only going to commit yourself to things that you can see growth in. Stuff that, you know, you're going to go towards a path where you know it will lead you towards what you desire most, you know. You may be romanticizing your life at this time, because the Knight of Cups is a romantic king. Maybe you're romanticizing the idea of finding the right partner, or finding the right job, or finding the right career, you know, finding your passion. You know, you may be more in tune, or you may be at this place where you want to learn more, because what happened in the past really didn't yield the results that you were hoping, you know. So you want to go where you can see growth, where you can see you're giving up on the previous plan, you know. You're no longer wanting to do what doesn't work for you anymore, that no longer works. Okay, so let's find out about this loneliness. Tell us about the loneliness. Oh wow, these three cards came Yeah, you're walking away. You're getting away. If you want to go towards you, yeah, 6, 8, and 6. So from what I'm seeing, it's like whatever the loneliness you're experiencing is because you chose this. You chose to move on from the past. You're walking, you want to walk your own path of success. You want to find your own success. You don't want to go into anything that's going to interfere with your success, because probably whatever happened in the past, in past situations, that interfered with your growth, and it interfered with your peace, or you seeking peace or finding the peace that you were looking for. But you know, with this lonely period, this period of isolation, of solitude, it's only going to lead you towards what will bring you victory and success, what's going to yield results for you. Okay, Scorpio, what does Scorpio need to know? What advice does Scorpio need to know at this time? Okay, those two came up. Full Moon and Cancer, let your fears dissolve. So if you were having any fears, especially about being lonely, know that this period that you're in alone, because I think of crabs, I think of Hermit the Crab. I used to think the Hermit card was the Cancer card. But, you know, this moment of solitude that you're in is what is going to allow you to really see. And this hurricane, this disruptive, is just going to unravel. It's just going to bring things to out of the shadows and allow you to see things fully for what they are, and know that you have nothing to fear. And then if there's something that you need, this is Full Moon in Cancer, and you have Full Moon in Virgo. We had the Full Moon in Virgo last March, a couple of weeks ago, like 4 weeks ago, almost 4 weeks ago. Take inspired action. So there may be something that's coming up. This hurricane may be a catalyst for you that's going to allow you to take action. It's going to inspire you to take action about something that you care about, something that you love, someone you love. Take it how it resonates. Anything else for Scorpio? I'm getting tired and I'm hungry. Oh, Scorpio, I'm hungry. Oh, let me know what you guys are eating today. I am curious. Okay, one more. Focus on the positive. Yes, instead of in this moment of solitude that you may be experiencing this week, don't look at the negative. Look at the positive. You know, there is always a bright side to everything. Yes, something shitty could have happened, but you learned something from it, and then you are allowed to analyze what made it shitty and how you can make it better in the future, you know. So yeah, that's your reading, Scorpio. I hope the week ahead yields you the best results, and that you find some resolution, and that you're able to overcome this hurricane that may be happening, or you know, you're still in the process of overcoming. And I'm wishing you a wonderful week ahead, you know. I love you, Scorpio. Bye. Hello, Sagittarius. This is Tan for Artemis Oracle doing your reading for the week ahead. Let's see what's coming up for Sagittarius for the week of April. Wow, that's a lot of cards. Too many cards. Too many cards. For the week ahead for April 7th through April 13th. What does Sagittarius? What messages does Sagittarius need to know for the week ahead? What messages does Sagittarius need to know for the week ahead? At the bottom, we have eternity. Immortality, frozen, infinity, curse. Ooh. Oh, risk taking. Okay. Okay. You may be taking a risk this week. Oh, let me move this card out the way, Sagittarius. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired, Sagittarius, because I'm just recording these back to back to back. Evolution, secrets, battle. All right. Let's see. Transformation, reinvent, and beginnings. Codes, treasures, bribes, disguise. Okay. think that you've probably been waiting for something to change for a while with the Eternity card, and I think that you may be taking some sort of risk towards revealing something or causing something to be revealed. With the bell coming out, it's indicating that you're getting some sort of wake-up call. Something that is kind of triggering you to take some sort of risk. You may be gaining some information, maybe some secret information that's going to allow you to have a new beginning. It's something that you're going to treasure. I don't see any, though this says codes, treasures, bribes, and disguise. I'm not getting anything negative from this. I just feel like you're gonna get something, some indication that it's time for you to make a move on something. Like it could be anything, because you're gonna gain some information and knowledge that's gonna basically allow you to come to a decision about what action you may want to take. And with risk taking, go ahead. Glory favors the brave. Attack. It's like saying that, you know, with this information that you've probably been waiting a while for, it's gonna give you the signal that it's time to make a move. You know, that you should move forward with whatever it is that you've been thinking about. Maybe something that you've been keeping to yourself. You may have been seeing some sort of changes going on in your life. You've been maybe feeling something different, or seeing something differently. Okay, let's see evolution. Tell us about evolution. Moving on. Six of Swords and Nine of Wands. I feel like that you've been hurt. Nine of Wands is about you've gone through something like over and over again, and it's like you want to give it one more try. But then I feel like you're understanding that, you know, deuces, like I think it's time for me to move on. I've tried so many times, and what I've been looking for is not happening. It's not showing up. So my best bet is to move on from any conflict, move on from any disagreements, move on from any burdens that aren't necessarily helping me, and in fact are keeping me stuck. So I think that's where the transformation is coming in from, that you're gonna, like, something is gonna come up, that it's like an opportunity is gonna come up, and you're like, nah, I pass on that. You know, you're gonna pass and you're gonna move on from it because you've realized that it's something that isn't for your benefit. Okay, that is something that's not gonna help you evolve. It's not gonna allow you to grow, especially if you have some goals that you want to achieve. You're realizing that whatever this Nine of Wands is not worth trying again, not worth fighting for, you know, because you fought it too many times. It's a war you fought many times before and probably lost. So you feel like the best strategy to take is to move on, you know, to go towards peace for yourself. So secrets. Third eye chakra. I think that the third eye is like you're using your foresight. It's like you're seeing things from what they are, and you already have an idea of, like, if I give this another try, I already know how this is going to turn out. So I'm going to follow that. I'm going to let that little information, that secret knowledge that I'm gaining, to help me move on from whatever this burdensome situation is. It's like you're getting a realization. You're seeing things from a different perspective. You know, maybe you found out a secret, and that's what's allowing you to move forward. Now, rest and rejuvenate. Yeah, you're moving forward. You know, I would say that it's like during those times of where you're resting, that's where the insight is coming in. That's where you're getting the information, like the realizations. Something is being revealed to you, and it may not be revealed to you in like a traditional way, like someone telling you or something. It's just something that you like. It may be an idea that popped in your mind. It's probably a vision you had, maybe even it may be even a dream that kind of foretells something. It's kind of like a warning in a way, with the bell coming up. Okay, another card. Spiritual union. Like I was saying about the third eye. See, the third eye is connected. So it's like you were able to see something. Maybe you're saying something that's like kind of letting you know that it's okay to move forward with something. I'm not sure. But this is the Two of Cups. So this could be you moving on from a Two of Cups situation, or moving towards a Two of Cups situation. A situation where you feel like it would be more stable, with the base chakra at the bottom of the deck. Then you have victory and success. Something that will allow you to feel like you won a prize, like you won something. And that you feel like it's destined for you. Like you feel like the Wheel of Fortune. Like you feel lucky. Like you feel lucky for whatever this is to come forward towards you, you know. And it's something that's like igniting a passion within you, that's reigniting a fire within you, you know. So let's see what this is with the balanced spiritual union. Tell me more about the balanced spiritual union. It's like you and another person are seeing eye to eye. I think that if you are, I don't know, this just came to my mind, like if whoever you were dealing with in the past that you tried so many times with, you couldn't really see each other, you couldn't really understand each other, you couldn't really meet each other at the same wavelength. And you know, I think that's what you're desiring. Something, you're desiring someone who, or something where you feel like you are being seen, you're being heard, you're being understood, and that the other person feels the same way about you. I think that's what it is. It could be that, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic thing. It could be platonic. It could be like you and this person, another person, maybe are, a lot of cards fell. Ooh, the one that fell, Love Begins. I'll show you the other cards too. Accelerated Emotion, that's Eight of Wands. Patience and Planning, that's Seven of Pentacles. Hermit, Chariot, the World, Temperance, Sun, and Devil. Okay, I'm just showing you, but this card fell face up. I feel like that you're understanding how important it is for you to love yourself, and that in order for you to have a harmonious relationship with someone else, for you to understand how important it is for you to take care of yourself, to love yourself, nurture yourself, because that's what you're going to be bringing into a relationship. Maybe you felt like, or maybe that's what you want in a relationship. Maybe the past relationships, you didn't really have that so much, but then maybe that's what this is telling you is that this is your wake-up call. Like you need to take care of yourself. In order for you to receive what it is you want, you have to be a reflection of that within yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to take care of yourself. You have to nurture yourself. And when you do that, you're able to pour into a situation with another person where you are creating, you're sharing love with each other. Because you see, there's two different hands in this card. You know, one's wearing a yellow shirt and another one's wearing like a pink shirt. So in order for you to have a spiritual union, a union where you're feeling seen, heard, understood, loved, appreciated, you have to first do that for yourself. I think that's what the wake-up call is for you. Okay. And we have the Star. It's your hope. This is your hope. This is your wish to have this. But first, you have to be able to love yourself, take care of yourself, you know. Have hope. Don't give up. Know that what you want is within reach. Now, with the risk-taking and eternity, maybe there, like you've probably, it's been a long time since you've met somebody that you felt like you can consider being in a relationship with, and that you're considering taking a risk towards them. With that risk, I don't know, you know, but I think that your confidence is going to play a role in this. You know, how confident you are in feeling this person, or confident you are in feeling like taking this risk, or how confident you are taking this risk. Oh my God, words escape me. Yeah, new beginnings, full. Don't let your fear of looking foolish stop you, you know? Yeah, firm foundation. Firm foundation. That's the Four of Pentacles. You know, the Four of Pentacles is about holding on, like holding tight to something. But it's about, you know, being at this firm foundation where you really don't want to go to the Five of Pentacles, where you may end up in the cold, where you may end up feeling left out in the cold. So that could be the fear that if you take that risk, that you may end up being disappointed, and then you feel like the safest thing to do is to just, whatever you're feeling inside, whatever time, energy, resources you have, you want to keep to yourself, that you don't really want to be sharing them with anyone else, because you don't want to extend an offer and then be rejected in some way. So I just want to think of Four of Pentacles as someone holding tight to something. They don't want to release it. But then when they go on to the Five of Pentacles, it's like, oh wow, like I took this risk and now I lost something. Like I feel like I'm out in the cold, you know. So that could be the risk that you're considering taking, but you're thinking, considering what could possibly be the end result of you taking that risk. Okay, but let's see. But from what I'm seeing, it's like it's important for you to take care of yourself. You know, use your foresight. You know, like, can you envision a future? You know, how do you envision your future to be? Do you want peace? You want there to be hope? You want there to be wish fulfillment? You know, it's important for you to first fill your own cup in order for you to share your cup with someone else. You know, because that's what the Ace of Cups is. Your cup is overflowing so much that you're able to share with other people without pouring everything that you have out and leaving yourself without anything. You know, so it's important for you to take care of yourself, nurture yourself, fulfill yourself in some way. And when you're overflowing with confidence and self-love, and I'm not talking about confidence where you like this fake confidence. I'm talking about like when you genuinely love yourself, appreciate yourself, see your worth, and know that you are worthy. And regardless of whatever risk not going in your favor, and then you're still going to be good, then that's when you can move forward, you know? Oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought. Okay, what advice does Sagittarius needs to know at this time? What advice does Sagittarius needs to know at this time? Oh wow, we got a lot of advice. I'm going to take... You got lighten up. This is just too much. That's too much. Let's see what these cards, and then if I feel like it, then you have shine. So lighten up, last quarter moon in Leo, new moon in Leo. Then you have unleash your kindest self. So the last quarter moon in Leo. Okay. Last quarter moon in Virgo, attend to the details. Unleash your kindest self, shine, lighten up. Let's see. Practice gratitude. Leave the past behind. Be proud of yourself and focus on the positive. Yeah, so don't get dragged down by the past. Learn from the past and think about, allow it to guide you towards the future that you want. You know, remember to always be kind, but most importantly, be kind to yourself. I always believe that. Be kind to yourself, because the kindness that you extend to others will be coming from an authentic place. Because you are kind to yourself, you know. Lighten up. You know, if you're feeling like you have so many burdens, then you know that it's time to drop some things out. You know, things that you can, you know, leave them behind. Don't allow them to weigh you down. It's important to be grateful for everything that you have at this time. It says last quarter moon in Sagittarius. Practice gratitude. Leave the past behind. Whatever doesn't work for you, leave it behind. You know, lighten the load. And be proud of yourself for any accomplishments that you've made. You know, any moves you made, any improvements you see, you know, and focus on the positive and attend to the details. If there's anything that you need to focus on, that you need to take care with, especially with attend to the details. Look at the finer details. Don't overlook things, okay? Make sure that if there's something that's involving another person, a contract, or something that's very important, be careful to mind the details. Look at the details. Don't overlook anything at this time, you know. So that's your reading, Sagittarius, especially if it's a risk taking. Yes, attend to the details with any risk you take. You know, assess the risk, see if it's worth taking, and then move forward. Okay, so that's your reading, Sagittarius. I hope this reading was helpful in any way. If it was, please like, share, and subscribe to Artemis Oracle. My name is Tan. I'm your reader, wishing you a wonderful week ahead. Bye, Sagittarius. Hello, Capricorn. This is Tan from Artemis Oracle doing your reading for the week ahead. Let's see what messages Spirit has for you for April 6th through the 13th. Capricorn. Ooh, ignore jealousy. So there may be somebody that's coming at you with jealousy, jealous tendencies. They may be jealous of you, but you're going to be ignoring them. You're going to be focusing on things that you sweeping any, like Purify has clean up, sweep, clean, empty, organized. So I think you're freeing yourself from a situation where there has been some negativity, some jealousy, some toxic tendencies. You know, maybe somebody was paranoid or competitive with you, maybe possibly possessive, and they may be trying to reach out to you, but you're going to be ignoring them. You're going to be focused on what matters to you. You may be doing some spring cleaning. You may be planning for a road trip in some way. Maybe going to see cherry blossoms. I don't know what I thought of cherry blossoms. Cherry blossoms are white, but for some reason, pink may be your favorite color. I think that you're rising above any pettiness that people are maybe expressing towards you at this time. You know, like you have your head up, like, yeah, you're jealous, and what? And, yep, you're jealous. And what good is it to me? Okay, so let's find out about ignores. Ignore. What does Capricorn need to ignore for the week of April 7th? Okay, you're going to be receiving a message from somebody. Somebody's going to be bringing a message to you. You know? I think when you receive this message, you're going to be feeling a little bit of exasperated because that fish looks like he's too through. Like he's like, this again? This again? Ten of Swords. It may be something that you've ended in the past. It may be coming from someone that you ended things in the past. Ten of Wands. Somebody that you share. Something that it was a burden for you to keep. A burden for you to continue working with. It's something that you had to end. It was like a fatal ending. Finish her. I don't know. That just came to mind. Finish her. You finished them off, but this person wants to come forward and communicate with you. Let's see what these cards are. High Priestess, Page of Wands, and the Six of Swords. Yeah, this is someone that you had some sort of past with. You may have had a past with somebody that you know, like just you felt like they just added weight to you. They just stressed you out. You may have had a painful ending with them. You're like right now is like you're done with them. You know, there may have been somebody who was jealous, paranoid, dependent on you. Let's find out about jealousy. What is this jealousy for the week of April 7th to the 13th? Okay, you may be changing. There may be some things that you're transforming in your life and this person is noticing it. They may feel like they want to be in competition with you because maybe you're shining in some way. Maybe you're excelling at work, because Capricorns are known for being hard workers and very dedicated to their work and to the details. There may be like in competition with you. They may not like that. The fact that you're probably getting a lot of recognition and being acknowledged for whatever good work you're doing, you know. But see, the Six of Swords came out again. But it's like maybe possibly you may have at this you passed something, because the word pass when it comes on. So I feel like maybe you and this person were in competition for some type of thing at work and you got it. So it's like you're moving on from that. So you're moving away from this person in some way. Wow, that sounds so familiar. Okay, I think I did a reading in the April monthly. Somebody was jealous about somebody. I don't remember who. So I don't know if it was for you or somebody else. But it's like you're getting something that the person wanted, but you're moving away from it. There's a black swan and a white swan there. Yeah, you're moving away from any conflict. You know, this is someone that you've had conflict with in the past, but then now that you're ignoring them, and you may be getting something, a message or something that's going to allow you to move forward and end any stress, anxiety, overwhelm, pain that you may have experienced. Let's learn more about jealousy. Oh, and the four of, wait, 2 cards came out. Okay, the 4 of Pentacles came out. So yeah, you've been holding back. You've been holding back. 4-4 may be significant to you. We had 10-10, 4-4 here. You are the 10th sign of the zodiac. Okay, that might be significant to you. Number 10 may be significant. 4-4, 44, 8, 22, maybe your birth date. 24 might be a birthday, or the 24th. Maybe a significant day. If you're getting a new job, you have to give 2 weeks notice to move forward to the new position, right? To do the transition. So that may be happening on the 24th or the 20th in some way. Or you may have received some news on the 4th, or you're going to receive news on the 10th. But that's next week. But what we're talking about, I don't know, I'm making, okay. Yeah, it's like you've been holding back from whatever this person was doing, maybe reacting, and it worked out in your favor, because it's like you're looking like daisies, you're coming up daisies. Like, this person is being seen for who they are, and then you are busy taking care of yourself, focusing on yourself, holding back from reacting from this person. And maybe this person is leaving. Maybe the workspace, the workplace that you're working on, they're leaving, and things are going to improve because they're leaving. There's going to be a lot more peace. There's going to be a lot more calm. There's going to be less drama. That's probably what's happening, Capricorn. You may find out someone's leaving this week. Maybe they're giving their 2 weeks notice. Page of Cups. Like, the news is going to bring like tears to your eyes, because he looks like he's about to cry. Like, you may be getting a love offer or some way. Queen of Cups. And maybe a Scorpio. Maybe a dramatic Scorpio that's leaving. Not Scorpio. Why did I say Scorpio? I'm a Scorpio. Our cup cards are the 5, 6, 7, or King of Cups. Cancer is a Queen of Cups. So it may be a Cancer sign, maybe a Scorpio, or you're probably getting a love offer from a Scorpio, because if this is a relationship dynamic and you're moving away from this person, you're moving towards calmer shores, and things are getting better, you're purifying your energy has been purified, you're now able to receive a love offer from someone, someone who wants to. And it may be a Queen of Cups. It could be a man who, you could be masculine or feminine, but the Queen of Cups can be a masculine coming in a feminine energy, or a feminine coming in her feminine energy, So you take this reading as it resonates, because many people watch these videos. And yeah, so it's like somebody's gonna be coming in with a love offer. It's gonna be someone who's loving, nurturing, caring, intuitive, emotionally available and open. They're not shy about their emotions, and you're going to be focused on something that may come unexpectedly. But then look, your card is coming out, Capricorn, with the Devil. That was flipped over in the deck. Let me see if anything else was flipped over. Okay, so this may be someone who has been holding a torch for you for a while, and finally sees that you're not open to receiving something. And maybe someone that you met from work. This is the 8 of Pentacles. So this is also your card, the Capricorn card. Yeah, this is your card, Capricorn. So you're showing up heavy. So maybe you're not open to and receptive to making an offer to someone. You feel stable and secure with yourself, and you're able to give generously, because in the past, or that it's important for whoever this is to come in stable and generous towards you. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Okay, so yeah, it could be 2 things. Or it could be 3 things. Somebody is leaving your job. Someone that you've been ignoring, someone who's been very petty, and when they leave, it's going to improve the situation, Or it could be you are leaving someone behind who was jealous, and they may be reaching out to you, but you're going to be ignoring them, and that you may be getting a love offer from someone brand new, someone that you never had dealt with in the past, or you may know them, but you may have never been in a relationship with them, never had a romantic tie with them, and they're going to be expressing love and or emotions toward you, or expressing that they like you. And this is someone who is stable, emotionally available, who may have been, I don't want to say, how can someone be emotionally healthy but obsessive? But it's like, you know, you've been, well, it's your card, so they could have been pining for you, and they see that you're available and that you're open, or seemingly so, and they want to come forward. And there's someone who is generous, who is stable, and you may know from work. Yeah, you're gonna be busy working, and then this person's gonna come out of nowhere for you. Yeah, because your slate is wiped clean in some way. So it's like, it's three scenarios, you know? Or it could be this past person coming back renewed, refreshed, healthier, you know, having a better understanding of what they need to give into the relationship for you to be a good partner to you, Capricorn. You know, the purity could be like moving away from that. Yeah, sudden. It's gonna be something that's gonna happen. Like, you aren't gonna know. It's gonna come off as like something. It's gonna be sudden. You're gonna be surprised when this happens this week. Okay, because of everything that you probably experienced in the past. But it could be someone from the past coming back to renew things with you, to, you know, have a brand new slate with you. It could be someone completely new expressing their love for you, or expressing emotions toward you. Or it could be someone from your job that's leaving, and it's going to allow there to be some purity and purification in your work environment in some way. Oh wow, that was a terrible shuffle. Okay. Oh, look. Should I take? No. Nah. No. Okay. What does Capricorn need to know? The Temperance card fell. Temperance. Somebody patient. Maybe somebody you were patiently waiting for, or something that was you were patiently waiting for to happen. This person to leave, or they probably get fired. Maybe somebody's gonna get fired. It's random. Take it as it resonates. Make time for self-love. Make sure you're taking time to take care of yourself. If you're feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and burdened, make sure, to take time for yourself, to rest, to rejuvenate, and cool your emotions. Because if this person is going to be coming at you at this point, you know, like, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. You're going to know. Yeah, breathe through the tension came out. Yeah, like, so if this is a past person or a person that's going to be leaving, you know, like, they might try to do something to anger you, or to start something with you or in the environment. So just don't allow it to, you know, take you out of your peace. You know, mind your business. Like, water your plants, water what you want to grow. Don't add fuel to the fire. Make sure that whatever is in your canister is not gasoline, okay? All right, so I'm going to leave the reading there for you, Capricorn. I hope it's helpful in some way. It's very like, ooh, and I'm getting tired because you're my 10th reading today. So I hope this reading resonates with you. If it does, please like, share, and subscribe to Artemis Oracle. Leave a comment in the comment section. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm wishing you a wonderful week ahead. Take care. Bye. Hello, Aquarius. This is Tam from Artemis Oracle doing your reading for the week ahead for April 7th through the 13th. Let's see what messages you need to know at this time, Aquarius. I hope you're having a good day and you're staying safe and enjoying your weekend. What does Aquarius need to know at this time, Spirit? Dating, seagull, prosperity, abundance, wealth, good luck, blessings, cunning, perseverance, fearlessness, survival, freedom, and connections, romance, and love, and dream. Desire, omen, nightmare, fantasy. I don't see anything nightmarish about this at all. This looks really good. It seems like you're going to be putting yourself out there to date. You're probably going to have a lot of options coming forward, you're going to be standing out, basically. And if you are facing any type of challenges this week, you're going to persevere. You're going to survive anything that comes your way this week, whatever it is, however dramatic it is. And you may be getting news about some prosperity, about something turning out in your favor. You're going to be feeling very blessed, very lucky. You may be meeting someone who makes you feel very blessed or lucky to have met them. You're going to be connecting with someone, or you have connected with someone who you feel like allows you to be yourself, who allows you to let your freak flag fly. That you feel like you don't really need to hide who you are, that you could be your authentic self, you know? And if that's not the case, you probably are going to be making some connections with someone in the business realm where it's going to lead to some type of wealth or success. It's going to be something that is like a dream for you, is a desire, something that you've been wanting, you've been fantasizing about, and it possibly is going to include a contract, an oath. And if it's someone you're dating, it's someone that you can feel emotionally close with, that you've already built an emotional bond with. It's someone that you feel will be loyal to you, who will take your feelings into consideration, who will consider you in any decision that they make, especially if it involves their future, you know. Let's find out more about dating. Tell us about dating for Aquarius. Tell us more about dating for Aquarius. Tell us about dating for Aquarius. Okay, we have the Two of Wands. This is someone that you are on a crossroads with, because you're maybe thinking about what direction your relationship is going to be heading into. Is it something that's going to lead to prosperity, or is it something that's, you know, a Knight of Wands type of thing, you know? This could be somebody that is a fire sign that you are attracted to, or who very attracted to you. He may be very fun and flamboyant and interesting and weird, and you love it because Aquarius you're all about that, you know? So this may be somebody who matches you in that way. They're also someone who could be emotionally stable, who is financially stable, or working towards that financial stability, but there's someone that you can have fun with along the way. They may be heading towards becoming an emperor. They may be a business owner themselves and working towards building an empire, building something of that's stable. They're very intelligent and smart. They're someone who's very observant, with the fly coming out here with the King of Swords. They may be an air sign, particularly an Aquarius, like you. So this is someone that has their eye on you, you know, someone who has had their eye on you, and they can see a future with you. They see that they can have fun with you, something stable and secure, that they could build something with you in some way. Okay, let's see Seagull. What about Seagull? Okay, so we have the Empress. Yeah, this person sees you as their Empress. They see you as someone who's empathic, who's beautiful, intelligent, caring, loving, successful in some way. And they see that you are someone who is passionate about things, but you are able to tame your passion. You know, that you do have a softer side to you. That there's a fierceness in you that they love, but they also love that softness that you have. And then prosperity, it's 10 of Swords. So you may be ending something right now. You may be leaving a job or leaving some situation. Something's ending, but it's leading to some new beginning. Let's find out more about prosperity and the 10 of Swords. Prosperity and the 10 of Swords. Yeah, it's something that you've been reflecting on for a while. It's a decision that you had to take time to think about. Take time out to think about. It's about collaboration, working with other people, because you've experienced some sort of conflict, but you're looking for a partnership where there's equal reciprocity, where you can meet each other where you're at. And it could be with this relationship where you see that this relationship is someone you've had some type of painful ending in the past, but then you took time to heal, to restore yourself, and now you're ready to collaborate, ready to work with other people. Maybe in the past you've experienced some conflict, and you're moving past that, and you're looking for a relationship that is harmonious rather than one that's filled with conflict. That's your dream, that's your desire. And I think that this person that you may be dealing with may be who is able to respect that about you, you know, who is loyal to you, who will be loyal to you, and will really do their part to make sure that your relationship is something that you feel is a blessing in your life. You know, it's a dream come true in some way. Okay, so this may be somebody coming forward to ask you on a date, someone that you've met, or, you know, maybe asking you out this week, and maybe somebody that you're meeting that it may lead to this in the future. You know, this could be like a future reading, but I feel like that you may have already met them, you may have already be seeing them, but I feel like that at this point you're seeing that your relationship is heading in a different direction, or you're at this point where you're deciding which direction you want your relationship to head to, you know. And from what it seems like this is a relationship that looks like it's going in the right direction. So your advice is to believe in your good luck. You are blessed. You are being blessed with this Aquarius. So that's the first quarter moon in Sagittarius. So believe in your good luck. What else? What else does Aquarius need to know? Go wild with the full moon in Leo. And then make time for self-love. Yeah, make sure that you're taking care of yourself. You're nurturing yourself at this time, because if you are attracting someone who is exactly what you want, or you've already attracted them, you know, have fun with the situation. Go wild, have fun. Don't be so serious. Of course, you know, have fun, but take precautions where necessary, and believe that, you know, you are worthy of receiving this good fortune, this partner, good fortune, prosperity, whatever it is. And one more card, attune to the divine. You know, if you're unsure, look within and, you know, talk to your guides, your spirit guides, talk to source, your God, pray, you know, and know that, you know, ask for clarity or guidance if you're unsure about what to do, and the answer will come to you when you ask for it, when you need it most. So I'm going to leave the reading there for you, Aquarius. So you have something good to look forward to this week. I'm wishing you a wonderful week ahead. If this video resonates, or if this reading resonates, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm wishing you a wonderful week ahead. Bye, Aquarius. Hello, Pisces. This is Tam from Artemis Oracle, doing your reading for the week ahead for April 7th through April 13th. Let's see what messages you need to know for the week ahead, Pisces. I hope you're doing well and staying safe, and you're enjoying your weekend. Okay, you have worth, promise. What else does the Pisces need to know? And evolution. Okay. So there may be something that is showing promise in some way. That is showing that it's showing promise in changing and proving its worth to you. Efforts will be rewarded within reach. Success lies in hand. Oath, contract, emotional bond, transformation, reinvent, new beginnings. So I think you're going to be entering into a new beginning that is going to be worth the wait, worth the promise, worth the contract. There's some evolution that is going on within you, that you're seeing the difference. You're seeing the changes within yourself and where your future is headed. You know, you're going to be making the choice that is for your benefit instead of for your detriment, or to your detriment. Whatever you're working on or working on, it's showing growth. It's showing change. It's showing that things are improving, that things are evolving in some way, and that you have something to look forward to. It may be involving some type of contract that you have, or you will be heading towards a contract, or you'll be working towards a contract that's going to be life-changing in some way. It's going to allow you to do things differently, allow you to work differently, live differently. It's going to open up so many possibilities for you with the new beginnings. We have a lot of butterflies, so you're going to be having a lot of changes in your life, a lot of. We'll find out what those changes are, but you could read the word as promise, but then something that shows promise, something that shows like there's going to be good things coming. Okay, so let's find out about worth. Tell us about worth. Okay, card. Okay. A card flipped here. Ooh, you got the 10 of Cups. Yes, yes, yes. So, worth the wait. Yeah, whatever you've been working on, you're going to be seeing the results that are going to prove that whatever efforts that you've been putting towards something are going to be worth you continuing on. So you may be seeing something this week that's going to indicate that whatever you're working on, to continue working on, because it's going to bring you to happiness. It's going to bring you everything that you've been wanting. You know, okay, we have a couple cards coming out. We have the Six of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. You know, I feel like with you, you're using your discernment. You're looking at things from a different perspective. You're not allowing your emotions to get so much in hand. Maybe there was a point where you felt like giving up, but it's like you're determined to keep moving forward. Instead of diverting from the path, you want to keep moving forward and giving into a situation because you believe in it so much. You believe that it's worth the efforts that you have been putting towards it. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so let's find out about promise. Tell us about promise for Pisces. What is the promise for Pisces? Okay, metamorphosis. This has to do with evolution or change. You see, butterflies are coming out. There's something big happening, something changing, you know, something that is a promise of change. I mean, it could be involving another person. You know, someone probably has made a promise to change, and they actually are making the efforts, showing and proving themselves to you. We have the Five of Pentacles. It may have been something in the past where you felt left out in the cold, or maybe you left this person out in the cold because the changes that they needed to make, they weren't making, but now they're showing they're making progress. You know, and they have the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles is someone who's nurturing, who invests in things that she believes in. She invests in what she believes in, what she cares about, what she values, you know. So this person values you and wants to prove, if this is a romantic relationship, this person wants to show that they are making changes and that they are, the promise that they make, they're keeping that oath. You know, they feel a bond towards you, and they don't want to give up on what it is that you have, because they feel like that what you and them can have in the future is something that will be beautiful, transforming, a life transformative, a life-changing love. You are a life-changing love. Maybe in some way you have influenced them to want to do better in some way, and they don't want to lose you, so they want to prove to you. But if that's not the case, maybe you felt in the past that you wanted things for yourself, but you gave up on it, and it's like you gave up on yourself, but it's like this time you're changing your MO, and you're wanting to nurture what it is that you care about, and that you want to see the changes, and that you're going to continue investing until you see the changes you want, because of something that you really care about, something that you value. It could be work with a creative project, something that you've been putting a lot of effort towards. Okay, so tell us about evolution. We got the Nine of Pentacles, which is about being financially independent. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. It's about something that you have started off, something that you started to nurture, and it's grown into. Hello, Pisces. This is Hannah again. Oh, I got cut off. The video got cut off, and I was talking about the Ten of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles. You got the Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, Queen of Wands, sorry. So what I was saying is that whatever effort you've been putting towards something, it's showing, it's going to be showing you results. It's like whatever you've been watering, it's going to show growth. It's going to show a promise of prosperity for you. So you also got the Ace of Pentacles. It's about something that you were growing from scratch, something that you started with a seedling that has grown to where you are financially abundant. So you are seeing that the efforts are being rewarded. And then the Wheel of Fortune is indicating that things are going to be turning out in your favor. You know, that all the effort that you put was what was allowing the wheel to turn in your favor, for things to be fortunate for you to feel lucky, for you to feel blessed in some way. You know, and look, I just moved this, and I didn't do this the last time, but you know, there may be some type of commitment, some type of contract that's coming in, and it's showing up a promise. So this could be with a relationship, that your relationship you know, you're allowing this person back in, you know, who is proving to you, or who is proving to you that they want to improve your relationship, see changes, have a transformative relationship, transformative love relationship with you. And at this time, this week, something's going to happen that's going to allow you to feel recognized, to be seen. You're going to feel good about yourself. You're going to be feeling very confident and successful in whatever efforts that you've been putting forth, you know. And with the ring showing up, though, I'm just noticing that when I move the difference card, you're going to see a difference. Like, things are happening in your favor. You're seeing the future. You're seeing you going towards your destined path. And possibly your relationship with this person is leading to either a proposal, or you're going to be offered some sort of contract if this has to do with work or some project you've been working on the side. So the advice cards that we got for you were: make time for self-love, take inspired action, and open up to change. So there's a lot of changes that are happening here, and there seem to be a lot of changes for the benefit. I think this is something that you're going to be seeing the results of, because maybe you're at the tail end of something that you've been working on for a very long time, that is eventually, or is finally showing you that all the efforts that you put towards something, it was well worth the wait. The promise that you made to yourself to not give up was a promise worth keeping to yourself. You know, the changes, the transformation, all the beautiful beginnings that you're going to be now having, because whatever prosperity that is coming towards you this week is just going to open up so many doors for you. You know, if you know, continue to take inspired action, though. If this is something that you're working towards, what is asking for you this week is to not give up, to continue putting in the efforts towards the things that you care about. If you feel like this is something that you're not passionate about, then maybe it's something that you had to reconsider what your next path is, what your next move is. And remember, during this time, especially during periods of change, it's important to make time to take care of yourself, to rest, to rejuvenate. Don't overburden yourself. Because you want to be able to celebrate any changes that are coming in from whatever efforts you've been putting forth. You know, you want to be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So I'm going to leave the reading at that, Pisces. It may have been shorter than everybody else's because the video got cut off, and I'm very tired, and I've been working for the past 2 hours on this video. So I hope this reading resonates with you in some way. If it does, please like, share, and subscribe. Even leave a comment for me. My name is Tan, and I am Artemis Oracle. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm wishing you a wonderful week ahead, and congratulations on any good news you received this week. Bye.